right, we're doing this again, and this time, ho, 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 he says with a turkey on his head and no actual Santa. Well, hold on. I got 2 Santa hats, which is more than Santa has. So I'm twice the Santa, twice the fun, baby, and twice the holiday episode. That's right, we're doing a whole Christmas thing because it's the end of the year, and we've been talking about Gen Alpha and Gen Z for far too long. Some might say we should have stopped a while ago, but here we are. And as we learn about them, I figure now that we're at the end of the year, what are the Gen Alpha kids gonna get for Christmas? What are they interested in? What are the things at least being marketed to them, right? And sure, there are tons and tons and tons of toys, but I had to go see for myself. And the result is today's episode. So I went to the mall to go explore and see what there was to see. I went to all the different stores trying to find various toys and things targeting Gen Z and Gen Alpha. And what I realized is like Gen Z's too old for like toys. Although, you could probably still get some, but I'm saying like kids toys. You know what I mean? They've aged out of like child toys. But if you still want to collect them, I'm not going to tell you not to, hell, I got collections of things. What I'm trying to say is I backpedal. I wanted to see what was being marketed to these people, especially Gen Alpha, what parents would buy these kids for Christmas. And so I went to all the stores. I went to like GameStop, which by the way, I don't know what's happening to GameStop. It is like 12% games, 90% trash items, mostly blind boxes at this point, which by the way, I bought 1 blind box from there because I was like, what? But most of them were kind of things like a Hello Kitty blind box or this or this. Apparently blind boxes are the thing in reality now. Love opening loot crates, dude. Then I went to Spencer's, and Spencer's, by the way, I don't know what has happened to Spencer's, and maybe I was younger and I thought it was like cool and edgy at the time. But aside from like the 6 toys in the back, most of it seems like Temu grade crap. I walked around and was like, this all is very expensive and poorly made and looks terrible. Then I went to a bunch of other stores. They had like a Pop Mart stuff and everything there was way too expensive. I was like, this is for a goof. I eventually just said, screw it, I'm going to Walmart. What's going on over at Walmart? And I found the Motherlode. Now, I don't know what kids are into, but there was a row of cars and like action figures. But then there was the influencer section, and I could not believe it existed. It was kind of like shocking to me, the amount of content produced in like a sellable form for kids. I wouldn't even call them toys, just like weird stuff with a person's face on it. From like one of them was sand, and it had like Jill Joe's face on it, and Jill Joe, I don't even know who that is. Jill Joe is like, I'm so happy to sell you sand. So anyway, I bought a lot of it and I brought it here for you. So let's jump in. Starting out, not Jill Joe, but Moriah Elizabeth, the costume collection featuring Moriah Elizabeth's mystery figures. Now, I've never heard of Moriah Elizabeth. I don't know who this person is. Maybe she does kid content. Maybe she does costume collection content. Maybe at this point, I feel like if I was a company, I would just put a face on a product and promote it as like, yeah, this is Sloppy Jim's favorite game. People would be like, whoa, Sloppy Jim from the internet? All right, so it's literally just a blind box with a thing in it that I guess is gonna be a, we'll go through it in a sec. And then, this is exactly how I felt while going through the Walmart and looking at all these products. This is what I just got, this guy. This little dude is exactly how I feel when I go to these stores now. I'm like, what the hell? I don't understand what it is. 1 figure and collect them all. I got Winnie. These are all, there's mystery figures. So it's still just blind box stuff. It's real life loot crates. It's crazy to me that this is what kids are into. But we saw that with the Labubu thing. The idea of like, what am I gonna get? I guess Magic the Gathering is kind of the same where you have magic cards. You don't know what you're gonna pool. It's that mystery of the gamble of it. I get it, but it's also being targeted to like kids, which I don't think is very healthy. But this is a cat named Winnie. And I know it's a cat because of tail and the ears, I guess, but also a frog. Okay, so now I own this, but I don't quite get it. I don't quite get it. Hold on, we're gonna try to open this thing. We got a poster, costume collecting. What's inside? And on the back, we have little bios. And then coming soon. Oh, how can you say coming soon? That's so fun in me. It's like coming soon, mystery characters to this physical product. Moriah Elizabeth. We're going in. We're going in. Moriah Elizabeth. I gotta look this up. Moriah Elizabeth, YouTuber, 10.6 million followers. Okay, sure. What is her thing though? Moriah, what do you do? Goodbye 2025 video, and it's her just with dolls and stuff. So I guess that the figures make sense because that's kind of, she has all these plushies in her room and that kind of thing. But like the content, it's so bizarre. It's like kid-related content, but it seems like it's all merchandising. All of it seems like it's merchandising, like constantly promoting her stuff, like constantly promoting her lifestyle. It's almost like Martha Stewart level of everything I do is a brand, it's a lifestyle thing, and you can buy all of it. So Mariah's making more money than God. Great. All right. I now know who that person is. And now she got money from me because I bought this guy who I relate to more and more with each passing second. Okay. Then I mentioned I saw a blind box that I was like, oh, I have to buy this blind box. Also, let's go to town. Me saying let's go to town and pulling out a razor blade is not cool. That's not cool. Okay, but I found this and I said to myself, I have to. Because this is a friend's product and I can't believe it. Aphmau. That's right, YouTuber Aphmau that I started YouTube with, who far succeeded anything I've ever done, who's a good friend and an absolute sweetheart, has Aphmau related products. Now what this has to do with Minecraft videos that are like, you know, story-based content, but they're all little cats called meemeows. I'm gonna go to Aphmau's YouTube really quick. 24 million. At a certain point, if I were to have another 9 million subscribers on my main channel, am I by law required to make blind boxes? Should I just be doing that now? Sure, no one would buy them. But also, again, Aphmau's audience is very, very young, which I assume Moriah Elizabeth's audience is very, very young. And so you can market this stuff too. My audience, you're all old as shit. I'd have to market alcohol or something. Like blind box weed, bro. You know what I'm gonna have to do? Okay, sure. Let's open this and see what Aphmau's meemeows are. I don't even know how this would relate to anything happening in the world of Aphmau. Although I will say, I do kind of dig the aesthetic of these little cats. And then we have another little thing to remind you, gotta collect them all. And then it lists out which ones you can get. Wait, so they're just lightning cat, water cat, earth cat, fire cat. Is this like some sort of secret of mana levels of summons? Where it's like, oh yeah, no, this is like the earth cat. Oh, mine's white. What is, oh, I got the air cat, I think. Yes, I got air cat. Woo, with the little air tail and wings. What that means, I don't know, but that's what I got. Okay. What's weird is like, as an adult, when I see things like this, I'm like, oh, that's cute. I could put it like with my computer stuff and do things like that. But as a kid, what I do with, like, I can't play with it really. It's not a toy. It almost feels like it's it's kid targeted, but adult things? Does that make any sense? Maybe it's part of the like, kids want to be adults? I don't know. These are just things that you would put in the background of your YouTube video. You know what I mean? Like you would put it in the background and it would sit back there and it would be like, I collect those and that shows you who my personality is. As a kid, are you gonna be like, hey there, I'm really worrying. Don't worry, come with me on an adventure through flight. Okay, but I'm afraid of heights. Like I don't, what is that? What would kids do with this? I guess kids have imaginations better than ours, so I don't know. And speaking of figures, I had to, because I saw it, and I thought, well, obviously for us and our love of the show, they have amazing digital circus characters that you can get. I got Kane because I felt like having a ringmaster watch over me and manipulate my life was probably very apt. But I will say, the Kinger one, they didn't have any Kinger. Probably for good reason, because Kinger rules. But they didn't have a Kinger, and I kind of wish I would have got that. They did have a Zooble, and I was like, nah, I'm gonna get Kane. And so now I have the two big eyeballs, and it almost looks like he's flipping you off. And I'm gonna assume that's the case, but that's him giving himself a thumbs up. This is the premier collection, and yeah, we'll open it. There's no value in keeping it in the box for me. What's weird is I know, what, they have a card in here, dude? Everyone's favorite ringleader. Charisma 50, empathy 0, ability to hold a train of thought 2. Were those stats I needed to know? Honestly, it's kind of cute. I kind of dig it. He stands on his own. But again, kids full on are imaginationing this, because it's like, I'm worried about flying. Don't worry, I could fly with you. And then he just shows up like, hey, I'm here to be weird. Like, how? Again, this just seems like I bought it and I'm gonna stick it in the background or put it on a shelf somewhere. I don't know what the toy here is. Collectible? Yes, get it, collectible. But toy? There were signs that were like, get it for Christmas. All right, I'm starting to think that maybe these are, like, this is less Gen Alpha and more of a Gen Z collectible. You know? Because I don't remember having too many just things like this as a kid. Oh, I just showed you a butt. Things like, most cats would. Things like this as a kid, I didn't have. I had G.I. Joes. You could move them and bend them. You could break them in half. And oftentimes you did. I had Ninja Turtles. I had Transformers. I had all these things that you can manipulate and do stuff with. The only things I didn't have that didn't move were, I don't know if you guys remember these. They were like battle beasts. And their arms moved. They were little battle beast guys, and they had weapons too, but you would press their chest, and their chest would be, it would like a symbol would appear. Like you get a shark, but you press the symbol, and like, that shark's not water, that shark's a wood shark. And you'd be like, what? That sounds insane, but that's what it was. And that's about as close to this as I can imagine. Now, there were those little tiny action figure guys, the wrestling dudes that were from Japan. I never collected them, but I did see them often, but they were like little tiny things and super cheap. These are expensive as hell. Plus, the other ones, it wasn't necessarily blind box. You would kind of know what you were getting. I don't know. Next, we're getting to the good stuff now. MrBeast Labs hybrids. Like, I don't know what this is, y'all. It looks like a vial of goo, except there's no goo in it. And in fact, there are characters that are associated with MrBeast. Dude, I don't even know. And they are, which beast will you find inside? Mystery mix and match action figure inside. All right, even though I think MrBeast is ridiculously cool, the idea of like putting together an action figure on your own and making it what you want kind of rips. I'm not even gonna lie about that. I think that's kind of neat. I don't know how to open this package. This thing is, how on earth? MrBeast, how do you open your packaging? Is this one of his games that he makes people play? If you can get this packaging open, we'll give you $1 million. Can I open it yet? Okay, I can. All right, what is this, Mr. Okay, cool. It made it seem like there was more in here, but this is it. This is the Mr. It's like lightning, MrBeast lightning. Okay, so our first pull is a gray rock hand. Admittedly, if I was a kid, I'd be like, oh, rock hand. I don't like that it's gray. That seems lame as shit, but maybe that's the point. Is it supposed to be like stone? Then we got this guy, and he is a MrBeast rhino with MrBeast colors. Conceptually, I can see where this is going. I kind of dig it. Like, I almost can't hate on it, but I will. But I will. Okay, and then we got this body. Oh, a movable rock arm. Oh, money is being invested. Okay, I'm back in. I've never seen anything like this. This is one stage, 2-stage wrapping, but in the end, all we got are the pieces for the same guy. I thought it was gonna be, because it's 3 separate bags, 3 different styles, and then you put them together, but it's like, go out and buy more. So you might have like this rhino guy, but he has the body of a snake or something. Nope. What I just got is literally, as I put him together, but all I got was this guy. And that's whatever. He moves. He has action figure qualities. Like, he's moving. This is a real ass toy, but I thought it was going to be mix and match. So like, you know, different parts for different things. But I guess the point is you want to go out and you buy more and then mix and match. But really, it's still just a blind box. So instead of it being a weird variety of things that lead up to this like Megazord in the middle, really, it's single things that then you can combine for fun to create other things. I'm kind of disappointed because I thought it was going to be one thing, but really it's just another blind box. Speaking of the ultimate blind box, ladies and gentlemen, we come to it now at last. The single greatest thing and the last thing I purchased. That's right. The Skibidi Battle Bucket, filled to the brim with random Skibidi characters. Characters from the hit series. These were almost sold out. I don't think I'll ever create anything as successful as Skibidi Toilet in my entire life. So the Battle Bucket features characters in the front, but in the back, there's like a whole extra thing. Is this a secret letter from the creator? And he's like, I need your help now more than ever. The thing that I'm realizing is just so much extra crap in these. Like so much extra plastic. And I know someone's gonna give me some sort of study that was done about like the process of opening a thing and going through it all is really the point. Like I know Apple actually had a thing they put out was like the process of opening your new Apple product is part of the experience. And I feel like that's the case here, but there's just so much plastic. So even though you're getting a battle bucket of 20 battle figures, there is still one, as you can see, one mystery Titan figure inside. And that's this, the mystery Titan. We'll save him for the end because in here you get such guys as, dude, these look like 3D printed things. So we got one of the Skibidis, nondescript Skibidi man. Oh yeah, collect them all, collect all the Skibidis. And on the back, they have the Titans. So then we have we have a camera guy, but he's got 2 plungers because you got to take out the toilets. We got a speaker man. So there's so many of these like we got a TV guy with other TVs on him. So these are like army figures, really. Remember back in the day? I don't know if people still do that. But they have the army characters. Can I tell you a story? When I was young, one of my friends and I, when they still had M80s, the fireworks that literally were just TNT, we would go have simulated wars with like all the different fireworks we could buy. And then we would blow up army men to the point where one day we were in my backyard blowing up army men. And my dad came home and saw that we had scorched the driveway and he was so pissed. But his solution wasn't to make us clean it up. He was like, get down and do push-ups. Needless to say, none of my friends ever came around the house anymore because they were all afraid my dad would make them work out. Another Skibidi, except this time he isn't turned. There's a bin of these. It's just like all the army men. Like one was the radio guy and one was the guy sitting down. One was the sniper guy. It's like army men, except it's Skibidi. But because the Skibidis are fighting, it is army men. Great, we got a bucket of army men skinned to be Skibidi related. Honestly, if I was in the army man production, like if that was still a thing, and we were like, we have all this melted plastic and we have nothing to produce because the kids don't buy army men. What do we do? Market it is what it is. This is just marketing. All right, what is our big Titan? What is our Titan? No color at all. Just pure white plastic. And my Titan is the flying one that had like the Empire theme. This guy. Or is this the ground guy who ends up getting killed? Whatever the case may be, out of all the things I bought, the item with the most stuff feels like the cheapest. Oh, goodness. Yeah, I mean, times change, I guess, and what people think is cool changes. And sure, I'm not a kid anymore. None of this really strikes my fancy. Although, I didn't know you could open his mouth. You think he's got those photos in there? Now I'm literally doing this. This is what's happening in my life. This is where we're at with this channel. I'm fingering the mouth of... I'm too old for this year.